Okay, so remember they're changing my voice. In regards to the discussion, unfortunately, my phone cut out and I wasn't able to record the last part, nor was I able to record when the person originally came up. Now, what happened toward the end, I can remember it a bit, is that he started talking about how that there was going to be a new governing body, right? A new world order without using that phrase, right? The heavens can refer to a governing body, is what he said. He did not use the phrase a new world order, okay? But it's kind of implicit with the explanation. Now, he didn't flat out say he worships the devil, mind you, okay? But I do believe when you follow his train of thought, that's where you get a sort of Luciferianism. He did give me his card, and he gave me a pamphlet. Now, what it cut out before was, I was rather disheartened to figure out that, to find out that they cut out the video before the part where I said that the essence of the earth is going to remain, right? The essence of the earth in the spiritual realm, okay? And that this earth, right, is defiled, and the people who remain here are going to go to hell. That's what Galatians 4 is getting at, right? Mount Sinai, which corresponds to Jerusalem in this world, okay, is in sin, right? And it correlates to Hagar and Jerusalem in this world. But Sarah and Jerusalem in the sky is heaven. We see in Isaiah 24 that the earth falls never to rise again. We see in Isaiah 34, which I brought up and I was able to get that on the recording, that the earth is totally destroyed, totally laid waste. In different parts in the Bible, God says that he's not going to destroy it completely. He's referring to when we use the logical interpretation using righteousness and justice as the measuring line and plume line, like it says in Isaiah 28:17, is that people are still going to remain here, at least for a time, in the flesh. They're just not going to be able to connect to God. And we see that in Revelation 22, the last chapter of the Bible, in the last book of the Bible, where it says, outside of the gates are certain types of people, because righteousness and justice is the measuring line and plume line. And it says that in more than one part of Revelation, it says that these sinners, right, the adulterers, the liars, those who love and practice falsehood, okay, the sorcerers, okay, the sexually immoral, they're going to be outside of the gates. And the king is the gate. It's like Jesus said, I am the gate, right? And the sheep come in through me and they go out into the spiritual realm and they find pasture. Okay, so why is his body, which is the temple, or his soul, or both, mind, body, soul, and spirit, why is that the gate? Okay, because where you're supposed to go is somewhere other than here. Okay, so you see that kind of difference of explanation. Now, keep in mind, if the masses of people heard these arguments, okay, they would probably keep doing what they're doing. Very few of them would stop everything and follow me. That's important to know. Because everyone who's doing the wrong thing, basically, almost everybody, is aware that they're doing the wrong thing. They have a kind of unspoken deal with the devil, an unspoken covenant. So the government has no right to kind of suppress me. And as you can see in this exchange, that I'm very reasonable, even when I'm being fumed. I didn't just drive off and say, yeah, I'm being fumed. I'm sorry, I'm being fumed right now, and drive off. I didn't. I kind of risked myself. I don't know these people. They don't know me. I risked myself. For all I know, they're going to fume me and throw me in the trunk and kidnap me. I don't know how many people are in the vehicle they're in. It's all tinted out. Okay, this is on a backcountry road. Okay, and someone I knew luckily came by. Not so luckily, because I don't think these people had bad intentions anyway. Other than whatever they were told to do. Okay, and he drove by and he said, "Hey, is everything okay? All right." One of the cool guys that lives by me. We kind of small, everyone kind of knows each other around here, but and that was that. You see what I'm saying? So going back to the explanation, you see how he's saying that it's something a lot of people have been saying from a lot of churches. It's like the dominant Christian view. I don't know how it breaks down, but they basically say, and the government sponsors it, right? They enforce it with law enforcement. They enforce it with their intelligence community and the military. Okay, the law of the land, right? They're pointing to the land, they're pointing down. Like in the famous pictures of Jesus arguing with the devil, where the devil is pointing down, he's pointing up, right? Up and out. Okay, make straight the way for the Lord. The path of the prudent, the path of the righteous leads straight up to keep them from going down to the realm of the dead. Also, we see the theme of the Bible is purity. In the Old Testament, God tells the Jews that he's going to purge them of wickedness. So why would the spiritual Jerusalem come down to a defiled planet? Then in Isaiah 34, or Isaiah 24, it points out that it's defiled. And Isaiah is the one who predicts Jesus is coming. Now we look back to Matthew 24. It says in verse 40, 2 men will be in the field, one will be taken and the other left. It's like Cain and Abel, right? Cain killed Abel. He stayed behind and Abel left. Okay. 2 women will be grinding with a handmill, one will be taken and the other left. Going back to Galatians 4, right? Hagar will be left behind to reproduce in the barren earth that's defiled. And Sarah, so to speak, which corresponds to those loyal to God, okay, not to the Jews who worship Baal, will be taken away. And it goes on to say in verse 42, therefore keep watch, because you do not know on what day your Lord will come. But understand this, if the owner of the house had known at what time of night the thief was coming, he would have kept watch and would not have let his house be broken into. So you also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come in an hour when you do not expect him. Who then is the faithful and wise servant, whom the master has put in charge of the servants in his household to give them their food at the proper time? It would be good for the servant whose master finds him doing so when he returns. Truly I tell you, he will put him in charge of all his possessions. But suppose the servant is wicked and says to himself, my master is staying away a long time. And he then begins to beat his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with drunkards. The master of that servant will come on a day when he does not expect him, and at an hour he is not aware of. He will cut him to pieces and assign him a place with the hypocrites, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Now notice, Isaiah in popular culture is said to have been cut in half. Okay, is that what they're referring to? No, because Christ in the New Testament says the spirit is everything, the flesh means nothing. So why would they be threatening them with cutting their flesh into pieces? Okay, they're saying that their spirit will be destroyed, their soul will be destroyed and cut into pieces with their essence, who they really are. And they'll be assigned a place in the earth, and then when their flesh dies, they'll be marshaled to the source of wickedness, as earth acts as like the top layer of hell. You see what I'm saying? Now, how do we know this? We also know this from Isaiah 34, where it says the plume line of chaos and desolation. Now, are there people worthy to restore a divine order here? No, okay, other than me. Now, they believe that Jesus is going to come back to this world, okay, and restore the kingdom here, and that doesn't add up, okay? Because again, in Isaiah 57, the righteous are taken away. The other people are called the children of prostitutes and adulterers, the offspring of sorcerers. They're called the people who are the children of the wicked. And it says in Psalm, okay, the offspring of the wicked will perish. It says in James, the body without the spirit is dead. Faith without works is dead. It says, as the body without the spirit is dead, faith without works is dead. So the planet without the works of God is part of the realm of the dead. And folly is an unruly woman. She's simple and knows nothing. Her guests are in the realm of the dead, and that means Jerusalem in this world. Again, Galatians 4, those who merged with the worldly people in rebellion against God, okay, were given this defiled planet that in some places is naturally, literally turning into desert. But that doesn't matter, because the unnatural is detestable to God. That's why the Bible is speaking out against homosexuality. No offense to anybody. It cites that it's unnatural lust, an unnatural desire. So an unnatural planet, by default, means that everyone having sex here is having unnatural desires in the context of unnaturalness in the philosophies and spirit and what have you.